I'm Madelaine Petsch. You may know me from CW's Riverdale as Cheryl Blossom, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my beauty secrets for a day full of meetings. So this is a little weird, but I always travel with a candle. I just feel like it makes me feel like I'm more at home. I'm in hotels a lot of my life. But we're gonna light this baby up, and I like to take my time. If that means I have to take 2 extra hours in the morning, I'm gonna do it. I just wanna take my time and feel no stress. Okay, so first I need to put my hair up. One of my little secrets, I love tools. Tools is my favorite thing on the planet. I use so many beauty tools. So first one is this really cool little like ice ball thing. I put it in an ice bucket today, but I usually keep it in my freezer, and it just kind of depuffs my face. If you don't have one of these at home, I just recommend sticking your face in an ice bucket for 20 seconds. Literally, that's it. Definitely started to take care of my skin when I booked the show. I feel like when you're on camera all the time and people are just like looking at all of your pores, it's nice to make sure you're taking care of it to the best of your ability. Although like breakouts and stuff you really can't control. Who cares? We all get breakouts. When your cheeks are sufficiently frozen, this step is complete. It's a very nice way to wake up, especially if you do the ice method. Big fan, big fan. My face is very puffy in the morning, so ice has always been a thing. Next, I have my Elderberry Soothing Toner from Renee Rouleau, and these cute little cloths she makes for it. I'm obsessed. They're so soft. They're much softer than cotton rounds, which is why I love them. I use this all the time. It's soothing, and my skin gets very red, as you can see, so this is really nice. I have this cute little tool from Sisley that I use for under my eyes, and this cream. The large majority of my check-in suitcase was just beauty tools. Next, I go in with my vitamin C serum, and I said vitamin because I get made fun of for saying vitamin on set, which is fun. So just a couple of drops of this bad boy. I definitely think my skin has changed since being on the show. I mean, when people touch your face 24/7, it's really hard to not break out. However, I've started doing my own makeup on the show, and that's really changed my skin because I can control what's going on it and whatnot. Next step, and most important step, is sunscreen. I don't use too much, just like a little, what would you call that, a pea-sized amount? Cheryl's makeup look has definitely evolved over the years. I feel like in the beginning, it was very heavy, which is why my skin broke out all the time. I had some pretty bad cystic acne season 1. I change her makeup according to what's going on in the scene and what her mood is. It feels more like something she would actually do, like she's an extra girl. And so it's nice to be able to incorporate her makeup, which is something she would absolutely do, into what's going on in the scene and what her mood is. I really like doing that. This is a little bit of moisturizer. I just get a little pea-sized amount right there. This is the water cream from Tatcha. I love it. Don't forget your neck. I forgot my neck. Don't forget your neck. It's such an important part. This is the New Face, I think it's called the New Face Pro. And it's like 2 little prongs, if you see, they go right over my cheekbone. And it kind of just sculpts. I mean, even you can see here how that line is there, but it's not on this side, just from those 3 times I've done it. If I don't have face cream on, it shocks my face. So it's highly important to have your face cream on. I usually have it at like a medium level, and I do 7 times on each side, and then I go down to my chin. Let's get to the lips. Exfoliating your lips is so important, especially for like the plumpness and the size of your lips. I love this little, it's like really cute, this little lip scrubber thing. I think it's Nurse Jamie. So usually I will put hot water on this first, and then you just kind of scrub a dub-dub. It's kind of like a little massage for your lips too. Look at that. Like all the blood comes to your lips and they just look better. I don't know. I do this twice a day. I'll do it before. I wear a lot of lipstick on the show. I wear a nice matte lipstick that just goes right into your lips. So I'll do this before, and then I'll also do it after, just to get rid of it. Now, I have so many different lip masks, but I always put a lip mask on afterwards just for a little bit. I use a lot. Layer it on. I do 2 eye creams. This one's great. It's for kind of whitening your under eyes a little bit, and I get dark circles when I travel, so I just pat this in. I am a firm believer that there is no such thing as too much skincare, but there is a such thing as too much makeup. So I think if you take care of your skin well, you won't need as much makeup, at least in my opinion, or for my face. Again, everyone's different. Never, ever drag along your eye. That's something I learned from Riverdale. Always pat. So we're gonna do a little primer now. Look at this tiny, adorable, cute little primer. just a little bit. That's actually not a little bit, that's a lot, but I really like a lot. So season 1, I lived with Miss Lily Reinhardt, who plays Betty on the show, and I didn't know a lot about skincare back then, or else I guess I thought I did, but I didn't. And so she would extract my blackheads for me, and she taught me a lot about skincare in those moments, so very thankful to her. If I've learned anything from being on the show with so many amazing, strong, and powerful women, we all have such different skin that honestly, just do what works for you. So like sometimes Lily will show me something that doesn't work at all for my skin. Cam uses a lot of products that would never work on my skin. So it's all about finding what works for you. Now I have a neck cream. I'm 25 and I have a neck cream. Just a couple of pumps of that. My mom always puts her products all the way down into her collarbone. And I feel like you learn a lot of your great beauty secrets from your mom. My mom has a lot of sunspots, and so does my dad from growing up in South Africa, and so that's why sunscreen is so important in my daily routine, because they are so deathly afraid of me getting sunspots. In fact, my dad had skin cancer a couple years ago, and that's from being in South African sun for so long, and so I'm so big on sunscreen for that reason. Now that I've got my skincare all on, and this is the base for my makeup, I'm just gonna roll it all in one more time because I don't wanna have a puffy face. Now this is where it gets a little weird, okay? I typically would travel with perfume bottles, however, I've really gotten into rose oil recently, and this is what I wear for perfume. I love it, this is a small one. I also travel with this amazing essential oil roll-on that I got in Vancouver. This is the lotus scent, and I will just put it on my temples, and it just kind of calms me down, feels so good. And I also just travel with this in my purse often. It smells really good, so if I just want a little touch-up, I can throw some of this on. And then we'll do a little rose oil. This is potent, so I only put a little bit on. Anything rose scented is my favorite thing on the planet. That's why I have rose and vanilla deodorant. Vanessa Morgan, who is my girlfriend on the show and also is my best friend in real life, got me into natural deodorants and taught me a lot about why regular deodorants aren't as good for you. So I found this one. This is the only one that works for me right now. I'm gonna put this one off camera because you don't need to see my underarms, but see you in a sec. Next step, hydration. I always forget to drink water in the morning. I'm trying to get better about it. I take a probiotic every morning. Very good for your skin. Your gut health is the first thing that will make your skin break out. So I take 2 of these. So I've been plant-based my whole life. My parents raised me like that. They're both cute little hippies from South Africa. Let's get to makeup. So, this is the Chanel Khaki Intense. I just do it on the outside, and I like to just get it on that, you know that place where you would typically put eyelashes, that kind of space between where your eyelashes and your eyelids start? I like to do just the tiniest line right in there, and then I'll smoke it out. So that just gives me a little definition at the lash line. I don't like too much there. I used to always do my foundation first and then put a bunch of fingerprints all over my face, so now I start with eyes. Look at how red my face is. This is my life. Redheads, you get it. This is what we have to deal with. So I go with a little eyeshadow next. For a day like today, I like to live in the neutrals world, so brown, little shimmery. I actually used to be a competitive dancer for a really long time, so I was doing my own makeup at a very young age. I'm not gonna say I was good at it. I wasn't when I was a kid, but it was very sweet because I really wanted to just do it myself, so my mom would let me. Very cute. So trial and error was really my thing. And just watching. I love to learn from makeup artists. I watch everyone who does my makeup. Watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of these videos. I just like to learn tips and tricks from everyone. Before I started dating my boyfriend, he had like a little cute skincare regimen, and now he has a full like 10-step routine, and it makes me very proud. He travels with it whenever he travels. It's very cute. He's into it. I love that. Now he lets me do his blackheads. It's taken a long time, but it's very satisfying. I love popping pimples. I don't know. It's gross. I'm sorry. Any users? You all know this thing? Eyelash curler. My eyelashes are a little wild sometimes. I don't do anything particular to them. I do really like though, I love using a primer. An eyelash primer is huge for me. So this is It's used so much that the name of it's rubbed off actually, so I don't know what it is, but it's this thing. It's kind of like when you prime your skin. Just get your skin ready for whatever you're gonna do. So I feel like this gets my eyelashes ready for the day. It's so funny all the faces we make, isn't it? I'm gonna let that dry. This is CC cream. I think I have too much on my fingers, so I'm gonna just get a little bit. I went crazy with it today. But I love it because it goes on kind of heavy, but it really shears out. Yeah, this is like essentially my foundation. And then I'll go on with a little concealer. I'm not crazy about the super foundation-y look on my day-to-days, especially again because I wear so much makeup on the show. It's just important to me to let my skin breathe, and it kind of just feels like another layer of moisturizer, which I love. Never forget the neck. Wipe your fingers off. Concealer. Always wipe the excess off. That's one thing about these tubed products is there's just way too much comes out. I don't like too much, and I think I might have just put too much on, but again, I think the best tools that you have are right here, baby. You're born with them. Now this is strange. I use a dry beauty blender. I think it works way better. For those of you who have never used this adorable little tool, typically you should run it under water and squeeze it until it gets full, like a regular sponge. I accidentally used a dry beauty blender on my face on Riverdale one day, and it got my concealer in my face so much better than a wet one. I feel like wet ones sometimes pick up extra makeup off your face. Give it a try, and then talk to me. If you still hate it, totally fair. My first mascara. Now that my primer is dry on my lashes, I'm gonna go in. This is one of my tried and true mascaras. I've been using it forever. Okay, this is something I discovered a while ago and just can't live without. It's a lash comb, but it's curved. Do you see that? So it goes to the contour of your eye. Here, I'll get nice and close for you. It just really spreads them out. It's night and day. The hardest thing in life is trying not to get mascara on your eyelids after you've put on eyeshadow. Back to the other side. I like to go with the flow, so I'll just look at whatever products I have and pick. So I've got all these different blushes here. I think I'm gonna go with a more peachy color today. So I'll get a little bit. I really get most of it off too. I just think it's a nice way to do a natural sheen. So I really focus at the apples of the cheeks, and then I'll kind of blend it out a little bit around, just so it looks nice and crisp, fresh. We like fresh. I went a little crazy, so I'm gonna go back in with my favorite dry beauty blender. This is the holy grail, and even worse for everyone who's watching who knows what they're doing with makeup. I'm gonna use a dry beauty blender. Sorry. So here we go. A nice little dip in there. Picks up a good amount of product, and I just bake away. Here we are. I don't really do contour, but I will carve my cheekbone out with the powder. I don't really bake my forehead because my forehead gets really dry, but I'll just put a little bit on my forehead. And then we wait. I leave it on for 2-3 minutes. Sometimes I'll do my mascara around this time, or I'll do my eyebrows, whatever I feel. Right now I'm gonna take my hair out, so we've got some time. So I don't really do a lot to my hair, which I think people get mad about for some reason. I have a couple products I can show you that I love. I'll put in a little hair oil, just a tiny bit. My hair loves oil. I don't know if your hair speaks to you, but mine does. And I can literally feel when my hair likes something. I know you're all looking at me like I'm crazy right now, but I truly feel like my hair is telling me like, yes, yes, this is so good, more, you know? Just like when you drink coffee and you want more, I feel like it's the same thing. This is hair coffee. I don't even know if it looks any different, but it smells amazing. And it makes your hair feel so good. So we're just gonna go right onto this. Look at all that, just wipe it right off. And it kind of does like carve out my cheekbone a little bit in a natural way, especially for meetings. I don't wanna have a ton of makeup on, even though I just baked my face. So I'm sure it looks like I have a lot on, but. Before I do anything else, my face feels cracked and dry. So we're gonna put in a little beauty mist. This is so dirty. You can tell I really use it. So here we are. I just get a little bit of this. It's honestly clear. It kind of just shows up clear. And I just put it right on my cheekbones. What I like about it is it's, again, not a powder, and I think it just gives you a healthy glow. It doesn't look like too much. I use this often on the red carpet. I don't use highlighter on the show often because it just reflects light. It's not good for TV shows and movies. It's really just good for photos. I'm gonna go back in with a little taupe for under my eye on a flat brush. Brows and lips. I'm a redhead. Been my whole life. Natural. I think the hardest thing for me has been finding the right eyebrow products because I find a lot of times makeup artists like to make my eyebrows brown, which doesn't look right. So I'm gonna share with you my secrets. Redheads, notes. This is the Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Warm Blonde. I go in just and create the shape with this, and then I go in with Maybelline Micro Pencil in Auburn. So then I just go in with this tiny little detail pencil. Eyebrow gel. This I've been using forever. It's the Pacifica Stunning Brows in Golden Brown. Redheads, this is the holy grail. Last, but certainly not least, is lips. Now, because I wear a lot of lipstick on the show, I wouldn't typically do a lip on like a regular day, but because I'm going to meetings, why not? This is just a very small scrape in the pie that is my lips, but these are the 4 that I have out right now. I'm into the peachy thing today, so. I don't typically wear lipstick in real life, which I find really weird, and I think it's because of Cheryl. But I will reach for a red sometimes. I'm actually really into this, which is like a red lip balm. It's the Glossier Cherry Balm. And I think it brings a little bit of a red into your lip without going too red. But Cheryl's taught me a lot about taking risks with color and fashion. I don't like too much color on my lips in my day-to-day. Last, I'll put a little bit of this in the middle, just to bring like a plumpness to them. Thanks so much for watching. That's it for my makeup look for the day. I am so excited to be on Vogue Beauty Secrets. I've been watching this forever. I'm a big fan. I hope you guys learned something from me. You could think I'm kooky or crazy, and that's totally fine, but this is what I do. It works for me. Hopefully something will work for you as well. See you soon.
Form up on me. I got supplies. Excellent work.